The other night, my wife took our child out for several hours. During that time, I finished my work, then left to get dinner around 5:30 p.m. I got home around 6:30, played with our dog, and did a few chores. When my wife got home about 7:30 p.m., we relaxed a bit, and I went to bed around 9 p.m. because I usually get up early with our kid. Just 2 minutes after I got into bed, my wife, who was still in the kitchen getting a cup of water, ran into our bedroom, scared.
Honey, look at this.
She showed me a picture of our dry erase menu board on the fridge. Normally, my wife writes out our dinner menu for the week. I remembered seeing it earlier that day, and it looked normal. But now, the menu board was all scrambled. The letters were moved around with random words and squiggles everywhere. Some of it was her writing, but other parts were incomplete words or strange handwriting that wasn't hers or mine. Chill went down my spine. Our 1-year-old certainly didn't do it. Who could have? We hadn't seen or heard anyone in the house. I quickly got out of bed and joined my wife in the kitchen. We both stared at the strange writing on the board. We called the county sheriff right away. Living in the country, we rarely saw much activity, let alone something like this. The sheriff arrived in 20 minutes, looking concerned as he stepped inside. He checked the whole house, every room, closet, and crawl space. He found nothing. No signs of forced entry, nothing out of place, except for the strange markings on the menu board. "This is strange," the sheriff said, scratching his head. "We never get calls out here. I think you should change your locks. The previous owners were an elderly couple, right? Maybe someone has a spare key." That made sense. We hadn't thought about it when we moved in. Nervously, we agreed and thanked the sheriff. He promised to watch the area and left, but we still felt uneasy. That night, we changed the locks on all the doors. Every creak and groan of the house felt louder in the stillness. I lay in bed, unable to sleep, my mind racing. Who could have done it? Was it a prank or something more sinister? The next morning, I stared at the menu board again. The scribbles and jumbled letters seemed almost like a coded message. I took a picture and sent it to my dad, who knew about codes. Hours later, he called me back, sounding worried.
Son, I'm worried for you. The picture you sent me looks like a warning from someone or something.
Subscribe.